Welcome to my journey to find the worst pay-to-win game ever, and today we're going to be taking a look at Warframe. This is one of my most played games on Steam, and I always recommend it all the time, and it's for good reason, because you can definitely play this game completely for free without spending any money at all. But that doesn't go to say that there isn't pay-to-win in this game, so I'm going to run through that, show you all the stuff, and show you why I love this game so much. So the main reason why I love this game so much is because the developers didn't do any sleazy, cash grabby tactics to make you spend money. They actually give you the opportunity to get everything that you would get in the cash shop by actually just playing the game. One of the biggest examples of that is the ability to trade items with other players. If you've been playing Warframe, you're probably very familiar with this website. So this is warframe.market. You can list stuff to sell it, or you could even purchase items through player trading. So since there isn't an auction house in the game, you actually have to search out and send private messages to the players that you're looking to trade with. So let's say, for example, if I wanted this Helios Prime Cerebrium, which I don't even know if I said that right. So if I wanted just the Cerebrium part, and this guy up in the top, he's online right now, and he's willing to sell it for 39 units. If he's still willing to sell it, we can trade. And that's how you basically get a majority of the items in this game. So you can literally get every prime piece. You can get mods in the game. Pretty much like everything that I've suited out was either through trading or through selling to other players. So it's been pretty awesome. That way you don't have to be at the mercy of the RNG and sit there grinding your ass off and praying to God that you get the mod that you want and then like sitting there upgrading it yourself. You know, you can actually ask for help, and that's the beauty of this. Okay, so with that out of the way, now let's talk about the actual pay to win. Let's look at the cash shop. The only problem that I'll admit is the harshest thing in this game is the grind. You will sit there and you will grind your ass off to try to get an RNG piece of a helmet or something for a Warframe. So let's say, for example, let me show you some of the Warframes that I might be sitting on right now. If I go over the Warframe and I look at this, let's say I have Ash Prime. I owned one here and I wanted to get his neuroptics and then the systems and then the chassis. It's gonna take a long time to grind those out. It can be in a certain part of like A, B, or C version of like a survival, for example. So C could drop at like 40 minutes into the round, and if it doesn't drop for you, you got to do it all over again, and you got to keep grinding and grinding and grinding. This could take forever, especially if you're not taking advantage of the trading system like I was just showing you. On top of that, when you decide you want to craft Ash, it's going to take you like 3 days for it to craft on top of each individual piece. So let's say the Ash Prime Neuroptics, they see like right here, like this one, for example, it will take 12 hours for it to craft. And that's not even including the actual Warframe itself, taking 3 days to craft. So this is extremely time consuming. So when you're sitting there crafting it, the game actually notifies you and says, hey, you can speed up the process by just paying to skip it all. It's completely up to you if you want to do this, but if you're impatient, this could end up being the huge pay to win of this game, is to speed up the process of all this stuff. Another thing is when you look at the actual cash shop, you can straight up buy Warframes without having to actually work for it. While all the Warframes are obtainable within the game by grinding, it takes countless hours sometimes to grind out stuff. Like, for example, my Nidus. I've been using Nidus for a really long time. One of my favorite Warframes in the entire game. And it took me at least 4 weeks of straight up grind to earn his ass by myself without having to spend any money in the game. So for stuff like that, it makes it extremely punishing. And you have to have the patience of a saint or something. Like it's insane the amount of patience you have to grind all this stuff out on top of sitting there to wait for the damn thing to craft. You know what I mean? So the time sink is really insane. And this is the thing that can drive new players away. So a lot of people will just be tempted to buy their favorite Warframe. Like if they see somebody doing some badass things with Nidus and they're like, damn, all I got is Excalibur because I started with him and I'm bored of him already. you're gonna sit there and you might swipe your credit card for it. Let's say, for example, you really do want to buy Nidus. Let's look at them up. So the purchase Nidus, it'll be 225 platinum, which isn't that bad, honestly. But let's see how much platinum goes for. See, in this situation, that would be close to $20. Another really good thing about this game is that periodically you'll get discounts. And like, for example, right now I have a 20% discount for logging into the game. I got that as my daily reward. And that's something that can ramp up. It can go all the way up to about 75%. At least as far as I remember. Maybe it's higher now. I'm not sure. I doubt it. But every time I used to see like a 75% discount on the thing, I would actually spend my real life money to buy platinum. And it's only because I really do appreciate what the developers did with this game, making it so open to be able to spend money or don't spend money at all on this game and still be able to fully enjoy it. I'll admit, I spent a good $600 on this game. That's the most money I have ever spent on a free-to-play game in my life. And I have never spent that kind of money with anything else. The only other one that I spent a lot of money on was City of Heroes, but that was a monthly subscription. But for the most part, I'm a cheap ass. I don't like spending any money, and I always try to check to see if these free-to-play games are possible to spend no money and be able to enjoy it. And this is one of those games that you definitely could do that. And then you also have like weapons that you can buy on here. So pretty much everything that you can earn within the game is all purchasable if you just want to skip it and save time. So this works for somebody that doesn't have a whole lot of time and wants to be able to enjoy the game to its fullest. But this can also be a trap at the same time, depending on the type of person you are. Because if you're the type of person that wants to have everything as fast as possible, then you're most likely going to end up spending a lot of money on this game, because you're going to be grinding your ass off for hours and hours and hours and hours and weeks and months, and forget it. Like, it keeps going forever to unlock every single one of these weapons in here, on top of every single Warframe in the game, and on top of getting all the companions, and forget it. Like, it's just, there's so much stuff to earn and to work towards that, forget it. You'll be here forever. And this is why this is one of my favorite games of all time, because I spent so much time on this game. So it's been pretty awesome to have a game that you can always come back to and always earn new stuff on, because they're constantly updating this game all the time. Thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up if you liked the video, thumbs down if you didn't, and I will see you guys on the next one. Later.